The numbers on the screen match. Then they match again. He checks a third time, hands shaking, certain he's misreading something that simply cannot be real. 6 numbers, 1 ticket. Bought almost as an afterthought while grabbing coffee 3 days ago. $1 billion, sitting quietly behind a string of digits nobody in his family will believe until they see it printed on an actual check. He doesn't call anyone yet. He just sits there, alone, staring at a phone screen that has apparently just rewritten the rest of his life without asking permission first. This isn't really a story about luck, even though luck obviously started it. It's a story about what happens after luck hands someone something enormous, and how differently 2 people can choose to handle it once the shock finally wears off. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why the real story here isn't the winning ticket. It's the dinner that came 3 weeks later. Level 1. The years nobody took the ticket seriously. He'd been buying the same numbers for almost 11 years. His birthday, his late father's birthday. A random number he'd picked once on a whim that simply stuck. Every week, the same $5, the same gas station, the same slightly embarrassed shrug whenever anyone asked why he still bothered. His sister called it throwing money into a hole. His brother-in-law joked about it at every single family gathering, usually right before dessert, always landing the same tired punchline about retirement plans built on gas station receipts. He kept buying anyway, not because he expected to win, mostly because the habit had become harmless background noise in a life that otherwise looked completely ordinary. A modest apartment, a steady but unremarkable job, dinners at home more often than out, partly from budget, partly from simple habit built over years of watching every dollar carefully. Nobody in that family, including him most days, actually believed the ticket would ever matter. That's exactly what made the night it finally did matter feel so disorienting. Level 2. The night everything changed without anyone else knowing yet. He was home alone when the numbers were drawn. No fanfare, no countdown. Just a live stream running quietly on his phone while he ate leftovers, standing at the kitchen counter. The first number matched. He barely reacted. The second matched too. His hands started shaking slightly, though he told himself it was probably nothing. Some strange coincidence that would fall apart by the 5th number. It didn't fall apart. Every single number matched, one after another, until he was standing frozen in his kitchen, holding a ticket worth more than his entire extended family had earned combined across their whole lives. He didn't scream. He didn't call anyone. He simply sat down on the kitchen floor, back against the cabinets, and stayed there for almost 20 minutes without moving. The silence in that apartment that night was unlike anything he'd ever experienced. Not peaceful exactly, just enormous, the kind of silence that arrives right before a person's entire understanding of their own life quietly rearranges itself. Level 3. Confirming it was actually real. The next morning, he checked the numbers again before even getting out of bed, half expecting to discover he'd misread something the night before out of exhaustion. He hadn't. He drove to the lottery office 2 towns over, deliberately avoiding the one near his apartment where a cashier might recognize him. He sat in an uncomfortable waiting room chair for almost 2 hours before someone finally called his name and confirmed, quietly and professionally, that yes, this ticket was genuinely worth exactly what he thought it was worth. Walking back to his car afterward, he remembers feeling strangely disconnected from his own body, like he was watching someone else experience this, instead of actually living through it himself. $1 billion doesn't feel like a number a normal brain can process quickly. It felt more like an abstract idea temporarily wearing his name. He didn't tell anyone that day either, partly out of shock, partly because some quiet instinct told him this needed to be handled carefully, not announced impulsively in a group chat before he'd even had time to think clearly. Level 4. The week of saying nothing. For 7 full days, he lived exactly like nothing had happened. Went to work, answered emails, sat through a mind-numbing budget meeting about departmental supply costs, while secretly holding a ticket worth more than the entire company he worked for. He barely slept most nights, replaying the numbers over and over, terrified he'd somehow imagined the whole thing despite the printed confirmation sitting in a locked drawer at home. His partner noticed something was off almost immediately. She wasn't married to him yet at that point, though they'd been together long enough that hiding something this large felt genuinely uncomfortable. She assumed it was work stress. He let her assume that, mostly because he hadn't yet figured out how to say the actual sentence out loud, without it sounding like a poorly timed joke. That week taught him something he never expected a lottery ticket to teach anyone. Money this large doesn't feel like freedom immediately. At first, it feels like a secret heavy enough to change how you sit in a room full of people who have no idea what you're carrying. Level 5. Why the family history mattered more than anyone realized. To understand why the eventual reveal mattered so much, you need to understand what this family had actually been through together. Growing up, money had always been tight, sometimes tense, occasionally the reason for arguments nobody wanted to have at holiday dinners. He'd been the one who couldn't always chip in for group gifts, the one who ordered the cheapest thing on the menu without saying why, the one whose sister quietly covered his portion more than once and never brought it up afterward, though everyone remembered anyway. None of that had ever been cruel exactly. It was simply the quiet, ordinary texture of a family that had never had much financial breathing room, where jokes about money were really just a socially acceptable way of acknowledging a tension nobody wanted to name directly. That history is exactly why the dinner that finally happened 3 weeks later carried so much more weight than a simple celebration. It wasn't just about the money. It was about years of small, unspoken financial strain, finally getting acknowledged in a room nobody expected to matter this much. Level 6. The dinner nobody saw coming. She was the one who actually planned it. Once he'd finally told her the truth 2 weeks in, sitting on their kitchen floor in almost the exact spot where he'd first processed the news himself. She listened, cried a little, laughed even more, and then quietly took charge of something he hadn't even considered yet, how they were actually going to tell the rest of the family. She booked the single best restaurant in town, the one everyone in the family had joked about for years but never actually visited, always citing the price as an obvious, unspoken reason to stick with somewhere cheaper instead. She told everyone it was a birthday celebration, technically not even a lie since his birthday happened to fall within that same week entirely by coincidence. The family arrived expecting a modest dinner and mild small talk. Instead, they found a private room, an entire tasting menu already ordered in advance, and a level of quiet formality that immediately made his sister suspicious. Something bigger was happening than anyone had been told. Level 7. The moment the truth finally landed. He waited until dessert arrived before saying anything at all, partly for dramatic effect, mostly because his hands were shaking too much to speak clearly any earlier in the evening. He pulled out a folded printout, slid it quietly across the table toward his sister, and simply said that he'd won the lottery 3 weeks ago and hadn't known how to tell anyone until tonight. The table went completely silent for what felt like an impossibly long moment. Then his brother-in-law, the same one who'd made that tired retirement joke at nearly every family gathering for over a decade, started laughing so hard he had to put his fork down entirely. His sister just stared at the printout, reading it 3 separate times before finally looking up with tears already forming. She hadn't ordered the most expensive dish on the menu that night, choosing something modest, almost out of old habit, until he quietly told her to order whatever she actually wanted. That tonight, for the first time in either of their lives, money genuinely wasn't the thing standing between anyone at that table and what they actually wanted to eat. The rest of that dinner stretched on for nearly 4 hours, full of questions, disbelief, more tears, and eventually real laughter that had nothing forced about it at all. Nobody at that table left the same person they'd walked in as. Not because the money itself changed who they were, but because an entire family had just watched years of quiet financial tension dissolve in a single evening none of them will ever fully stop talking about. The truth underneath this whole story isn't really about a lottery ticket at all. It's about what money actually reveals once it arrives suddenly and completely unearned. It exposed years of quiet strain nobody had ever said out loud. It exposed how much a family had genuinely been holding back, carefully, out of love, for longer than any of them had probably admitted even to themselves. The $1 billion didn't create that closeness. It simply removed the one obstacle that had been quietly standing in its way for years, giving an entire family permission, for one night at least, to stop performing careful restraint around each other and simply be exactly as generous and unguarded as they'd probably always wanted to be. If this story reminded you that the biggest financial surprises rarely change who people actually are, only what finally becomes possible for them, that's exactly the point of telling it. This is POV Zine, a finance channel built on stories exactly like this one. Subscribe if you want the next unexpected fortune broken down honestly, because somewhere out there right now, someone else is sitting quietly on their own kitchen floor, holding a piece of paper that's about to change an entire family's next family dinner forever.